So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So today in this video, let's try to understand the secrets of Mahadasha transition. And here in this particular video, we are going to be particularly covering the topic of transition from Mercury Mahadasha to Ketu Mahadasha. So first of all, Mercury is a 17 years long period. As soon as you are entering from this Mercury to Ketu period, which is going to be a 7 years long period in front of you. So what are the kind of results which you can particularly expect, okay? And I will also help you to understand how to study transitions in Vedic astrology. This is also known as Dasha Sandhi, okay? Dasha Sandhi means entering from one Mahadasha to the other Dasha, or exiting one major period of the life and then entering into the second period. Now the very first thing, the Dasha transition from Mercury to Ketu. Now Ketu is a 7 years long period first of all, and here timings are going to play a very significant role. Timings like when you are going to be seeing this Ketu transition, whether you are going to be seeing the transition between the age of 0 to 25, 25 to 50 or 50 year onward actually. That is where Ketu have the capacity to create a different results into your own life. Secondly, you also need to pay close attention towards the element of both of these planets, Mercury and Ketu. If I will tell you the element of both of these grahas, element simply mean the zodiac sign placement. Like suppose Mercury is posited in the fire zodiac sign, okay, and Ketu is also in the fire zodiac sign. So you also need to study the element actually, because I will tell you the maximum results of the Dasha transition is going to be studied with the help of element. So if the element is changing, for example, your Mercury is in the fire and Ketu is going in the Pisces, maybe in the sign of Pisces, okay. So then the transition from Agni to water is going to be happening. So this is going to be considered as a complete transition or a makeover kind of a Dasha, where every result is going to be differing, like nothing is going to be carry forwarding from Mercury to Ketu. Because you need to understand one very simple thing here. Ketu in Vedic astrology is a significant of discontinuity, okay. Discontinuity simply mean like suppose you are continuously doing something for longer duration of the time and immediately out of a sudden some discontinuous pathway have come in front of you. Now most of the time discontinuity is not always in the negative direction. Sometimes this can lead towards the positive direction also. That totally depend over the support system which your Ketu is receiving in the astrological chart, and also dependent over the strength and dignity of Ketu in your own horoscope, and the timings actually at what time you are transitioning from Mercury to Ketu. The reason why I am specifically more concerned over the timings part here, because for example between the age of 25 till 50, this is the peak time frame where you are going to be in the field of your own career actually. Now in between that career pathway, suppose you hit Ketu in between, maybe 32nd, 35th, 38th, 42, 45th year, then what will happen, I will tell you, it become very difficult for you to maintain continuity. And if the element is also differing, then what will happen, your previous set of experience is not going to be then carry forwarding into the Ketu Dasha. So for example, in the previous Mercury Dasha, or maybe in the previous to Mercury is the Saturn Dasha. Suppose you are a banker, okay, you are working in some financial institution, or you are in the field of finance actually, and immediately you strike Ketu, and suppose Ketu is in the sign of Aries, maybe ruled by Mars. So then this have the capacity to create career shift into the field of real estate, because Mars symbolizes real estate also. So this is the first set of prediction which you can predict actually, because Ketu Dasha is going to be marking a great impact into the career of the native. Now most of the time these transitional shifts are going to be positive, sometimes they are going to be negative. It also depends over how capable you are in handling the energy of Ketu. Because you need to understand one very important thing here. Ketu Dasha is going to be considered as the extreme end Dashas. Mercury is a very progressive Dasha, but Ketu is a very extreme end Dasha. Extreme end mean like Ketu is not going to be operating in between. Either with Ketu you are going to be at this level or you are going to be at that level. And that is where you need to first of all understand if Ketu is Dasha, Dasha is operating on the extreme end of the life actually, because Ketu is a very fierce energy. It's the co-ruler of the sign of Scorpio along with planet Mars, and Scorpio is the element of water. So this is naturally the 8th house energy is going to be present inside this Ketu. And the very first thing you need to identify, look where the sign of Scorpio is going to be posited in your astrological chart, and that is the first area where that major shift or the major transition is going to be happening into your own life. And this is the major shift actually, because wherever the sign of Scorpio is posited, Ketu is co-ruling that house actually. So the very first significance is going to be activated where Ketu is controlling the sign of Scorpio. Second significance is where Ketu is posited. Okay, don't immediately jump over, okay, my Ketu is in the second house, so I will experience changes to the second house. They are going to be coming, but this is secondary. The first major change is going to be happening where the Scorpio element is in your horoscope, and that is where a lot of sacrifices are also going to be necessary. This is also the first time frame. The very first time. Individuals, they tend to learn more about the sacrifice, okay, the importance of sacrifice. Because Scorpio is the element where you will be giving something away. It's like cleaning. It's a cleansing energy, okay. It may be with Scorpio you need to leave some relationships, or you need to give away some of your bad habits, maybe some of the things which you like the most, which are very close to your heart, so you need to give that thing away. That is the reason Ketu is the karka of detachment. Detachment means you are no longer connected with the near and dear ones, with the surroundings also, with your personal belongings also. So Ketu Dasha is going to be hitting you very hard from the detachment standpoint of view. And specifically if this Ketu Dasha is coming in the much later stages of the life, after the age of 50, 60 or 70 suppose, during that time frame you are entering into the Ketu period, which is a 7 years long period. Now what will happen, Ketu will first of all going to be creating lot of physical and mental changes inside you, because Ketu is going to be the graha which will going to teach you the important lessons with regards to your inner self. This is also the planet that actually have the capacity to take individuals into the field of Vedic astrology, numerology, palmistry, where you tend to find many answers of the unanswered questions which are going to be rambling in your own mind. Because it's like that you are coming from Mercury, so Mercury is like a train is coming, and immediately now there is no road ahead in your life actually. So here what you need to do, you need to be becoming decisive actually. Okay, which path to choose? It's like you are creating your own pathway. In Mercury, I will tell you there is a lot of support system that is going to be present inside your chart. Okay, even because Mercury is having the previous energy of Saturn, so there is going to be a lot of hard work coming with you. Okay, that is the reason I told you it depends which time you are entering into Ketu. Suppose one person is born with Ketu Dasha, so for you the results are going to be totally different. But whereas if any person is encountering Ketu Dasha in between, and that person have seen all the previous Dashas, maybe you have seen your Rahu also, Jupiter also, or your Saturn Dasha also. So what is happening, you have seen big bulky Mahadashas in your life. And now this is the time frame you are entering into much smaller time frame, which is just 7 years long period. So what is going to be happening, the continuity which is going to be present is not going to be present in the Ketu. That is the reason I told you this is a very transformative and extreme end Dasha. Things are not going to be carry forwarding with you from the past into this Ketu period. And that is also the main reason why individuals that are hitting Ketu around the age of 48 and 50 and they are having a very successful career, out of a sudden they lose interest in that career. And now they tend to explore more career optionalities. And it's not necessary Ketu is only going to take you into the path of spirituality. I have seen many successful people creating their own businesses in the field, in the Ketu period, because Ketu is going to be giving you a new thinking or new thought processes. For Ketu, it's not going to be like that, like there is no any limitation inside this graha. Other planets are going to be bounded by some limited forces, okay. For Ketu and Rahu, there are no such limitations. So Ketu Dasha is first of all going to be removing that mental blockages. That is also the reason initially this dasha is going to be putting lot of insecurities inside the people's life. Many a time you will consult astrologer if you go through Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu Antar, Rahu or Ketu, because these are the transitioning time frame. And when transition is happening, your body and mind will no longer accept the change actually, because this is that ever changing energy which is coming in front of you. So that is the big challenge you can call, which is going to be seen with this Ketu. Now on the other hand, suppose one native is experiencing Ketu in the very beginning stages. Maybe 1 to 15 years of age you are seeing the Ketu in your own life. Now what is going to be happening? First of all, this will decode the karma of family in front of you. And this is also going to be creating splitting in your own family, separation of the family. Many a times individuals that were born in the Ketu Dasha is also going to be creating separation to their parents also, because your Ketu no longer demanding both of these souls to be staying together. So this can create separation in the family. In the beginning stages specifically, Ketu Dasha is also the number one Dasha which is responsible for creating relocation and settling abroad permanently. Like you will not be able to coming back to your own home country, because this Ketu is also attached with the opposite end of Rahu. So in the Ketu Dasha, you are not only experiencing the energy of Ketu, you are also going to be experiencing Rahu. And suppose then your Rahu is forming conjunction with some other planet. Suppose your Rahu is posited with Saturn and directly opposite is Ketu. Now you hear what is going to be happening, the Saturn and Rahu influence is also going to be over this Ketu. That is the reason I give you the prediction of like individuals that are moving abroad, or that eventually want to come back to their home country from the foreign land. Now they think like that, now we have done everything, so now it's the time frame for us to move back, because here the roots are calling, roots that are actually bringing you back. Have you heard about the Mula Nakshatra that is falling between the Scorpio and the Sagittarius? So Mula is that root actually. So Ketu is ruling over the roots actually. Roots mean your own home country. Many a times I have seen individuals building their Kul Devta, Kul Devi temples in the Ketu period. Like they are carry forwarding many spiritual activities. It's like one lineage is also going to be dying in Ketu. That part prediction you can also connect with many charts actually, where the passing of older generation can also be seen in Ketu. Passing of older generation and the new generation, new beginning is going to be coming, because after Ketu, like you will enter into Venus also, which I will make the separate video, the Dasha transition of Ketu and Venus. Venus is that progeny actually, progeny, okay. So this is like that in Ketu there is some end is happening, and in Venus there is some creation is happening. That is the reason Venus is responsible for the sperm quality, quantity and progeny, because children are some sort of creation which you are creating. So it's the beginning of something new. That is the reason Ketu is the replenishing kind of a thing. It's like that things are going to be going away. So basically Ketu is going to be sucking out the juice of your own life. It's completely sucking that juice actually. And then this Ketu is sucking juice and then mentally preparing for you the next Mahadasha of Venus actually, which is a 20 years long period. I have even seen many individuals transitioning from Ketu to Venus, and they are having more clarity, and they will be very thankful to God actually. At least I have seen Ketu in the beginning, then I have seen Venus. On the other hand, for example, few people, they are not seeing Ketu and they born in Venus immediately, or by the time they are consciously aware, they entered into the Venus and they have not experienced the energy of Ketu. So then what will happen? Individuals face a lot of difficulty in the Venus Dasha. So it's very, very important for you to also see this Dasha actually, because this is that time frame where you will be able to reconnect and then connect. Like Ketu on one hand is going to be reconnecting you. It's like detaching all the plugs from the sockets. And why that is doing? Because Ketu want to rewire that kind of a thing. So that you can call this Dasha Sandhi from Mercury to Ketu is a rewiring Dasha that have the capacity to change not only your mindset, your conscious, subconscious, even the spiritual side of the life is also going to be getting awakened. So this is quite a fascinating Dasha Sandhi which you will experience in this time frame. I even request you on the date of Mahadasha transition. Suppose Mahadasha transition is happening on maybe 26th of July 2026. So on that specific day, it's better for you to worship your Kuldev and Kuldevi, seek their blessings and do complete fasting for 24 hours a day. Only then you will be able to experience the piousness of Ketu in the much positive manner. Also, since Ketu is always retrograde in Vedic astrology, many a time Ketu Dasha will come in the beginning or sometime it will come in the last. Now, what do I mean to say by coming in beginning and in the last? Suppose you are exiting the Mercury Mahadasha and still there is 1 year left. But from the last 1 year, you will start experiencing the energy of Ketu. Because retrograde energy, this is the beautiful thing which you can experience. Sometimes retrograde energies, they tend to come earlier or sometimes they come later. It's like that you have seen the first phase, Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha, and still not experience the result. So wait till your next birthday is coming. By that time frame, you will be then able to experience the energy of Ketu into your own life. So I hope you have gained some deep insights in this particular video with me. If you are having any queries and consultations with regards to your Dasha transition, you can just drop me an email. Any marriage, career, business, spiritual consultation, or even detailed analysis over the Mahadasha, do let me know. You can also make sure to subscribe my channel below, hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. And you can send me super thanks also in contribution to my work if you find small creativity insights in this video with me. And make sure to please watch my playlist section over the Dasha, in which you will be able to find much more insights over how the Mahadasha is working, how to read Mahadasha, best Mahadasha. You can watch all these videos here. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and Hare Krishna.